there's chicken wire caught up in my front wheel, and I can try and undo it. Mind you, check where I am, left stranded on a dirt road with chicken wire messed up on my front wheel.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the third chapter of my Tunisian adventure. I do sincerely hope everyone is enjoying the adventure that Bob and I are having through Tunisia, because in all honesty, this whole trip has been an absolute blast. Having spent all this time traveling with Bob, having thrown at him pretty much anything Tunisia could manage, I had grown so confident of that tiny little blue car that it could literally take me anywhere I wanted to go. No question about it. And that included the old town of Douiret, which is basically a granary carved on the side of the mountain, where I would spend the night at an Airbnb carved deep within the rocks. After a wee bit of a rest, quick shower and a meal, I was driving like a maniac towards my actual destination for that weekend, second day in a row, which was the E-Fest, a great festival happening right in the middle of the desert with plenty of traditional food and most of all, music in the middle of the desert on a beautiful site. Every time I go traveling, except for food and coffee, music is an absolute must. It's one of the things that basically defines a culture and a civilization and the entire country that I'm visiting. Now, all that was cool and great, but going to the festival meant that I had to drive back to my Airbnb in the middle of the night. Driving in the middle of the night is breaking one of my most important rules, because I never drive at night unless I absolutely have to, and since I did drive, all exhausted and tired, shit hit the fan.
Okay, so out of all the places that something could go wrong, it had to be, of course, out in the desert. At the ancient village of Douiret, and I got chicken wire stuck in my wheel. Now this didn't happen here. It happened last night as I was on my way back from the festival to Douiret, and that meant I was driving at night. I was pretty tired. I broke one of my most important rules: don't drive at night. I ran over that, and I thought it was a plastic bag, and I've been dragging it for about 30 kilometers. I'm impressed it hasn't inflicted any damage to Bob. I can just try and undo it. Brake pads seem okay, tire is okay, we'll see if the joint boot is okay. This is just tangled up. There you go. that was a close call. A very close call. That could have messed up my entire front system, brake lines, CV joint boot, everything. But everything seems to be okay. Yep, all good.
A brand new day lay ahead of me, and I had 250 kilometers to clock till my next destination, which was the small town of Qibili, just a wee bit north of the city of Duz. Now, the drive through the Sahara Desert towards Kibili was so marvelous that I decided to just shut my big mouth and let you guys enjoy the drive over music. Have fun!
Good morning, everyone. Brand new day today. Brand new set of problems, not quite. Now, throughout the entire trip, this is the first time I'm actually seriously dismantling something to perform an upgrade. What's the story? I haven't actually had a problem with my temperature, though yesterday while driving through the desert, Bob did not overheat, but he came very close to overheating. So I was driving no more than 60 kilometers an hour, and that was the comfortable speed at which my water temperature was at 87 degrees. But if I pushed him any further, he would have a tendency to pick up on the temperature. Now, I'm thinking that I should bring up the speed of my fan, and this being a test trip, basically a simulation trip to see how well the car performs in a variety of conditions. In episode 25, where I was explaining my choice of a power plant and all the thingies that I chose to put together for that engine for the trip, I went for the first time in my life for the larger fan belt pulley, which is supposed to be better for hot climates. Now this one is of a much larger diameter than the one I originally had, meaning it will spin slower for a given RPM. And yesterday's drive through the desert proved that I should be having a higher speed on my fan in order to get more cooling for a given, I don't know, speed or RPMs on the engine and so forth. So what I'm doing, I'm switching back to my original shorter pulley fan, which will be spinning the fan faster. And since I'm at it and I've taken everything apart, I will be replacing my yellow plastic fan, which is the standard on a Mini, with the 6-blade metallic one, which is a special fan for hot climates, and being in the desert, doesn't get any hotter than that. So I'll be putting all of that back in place and see how the car behaves today, because it's going to be desert for another maybe 2 hours till I start making my way east in Tunisia. Let's see how that goes. This is one of the things I definitely got right on the car, is the way my tools are arranged. So I'm working on the car and I got everything in front of me, exactly what I needed, and the magnets help me to keep everything tidy and in place. So as soon as I'm done with one job, I'll put the tool back in place. I have a clean working space. I run no risk of running a tool or dropping it or anything. So things are going well so far. That was the trickiest part of this installation, and now the other pain in the butt, the bolt that secures the radiator onto its base mount. Now, one could argue that I am an absolute masochist for doing this, but I would much rather spend an hour and a half now in the comfort of my hotel, secluded and protected under a shed from sun and rain, rather than be doing a head gasket change in the middle of the desert the next day. So I'd rather be doing what I'm doing now and be a little bit proactive as to what might come ahead. It's better doing things before they actually become a problem. And I do sincerely hope Bob will be running cooler today. Otherwise, I have me a more serious problem to deal with. Yeah, this one's not. Okay, so it's situations like this that I chose to be prepared for before I left Greece. Here's my spare hose fastener right here. So now that this one broke, I don't have to go looking for one. I'll just throw away the one that broke, and mind you, I got spares with me. But it's a matter of convenience. When a failure happens, a spare part is exactly what I wanted. So I'll just slide this one up front. And I'm done with my life. Now imagine the scenario, having this happen and me going looking into boxes and bags and what have you for a spare hose fastener. It's not the end of the world, but it's convenient to have what you need, where you need it, when you need it. And with my luck, this one's gonna snap off too. Nope, that's good. Okay. And then, this is trash. And this one, 13. Ratchet.
Now, this is the part of the trip that things took a turn for the worse. There was nothing wrong with Bob, he was nice and cool, he always is. No issues with the engine, nothing at all. It's just that the weather turned for the worse and the wind was actually so strong that as I was driving towards Monastir, I was forced to make a stop because it was impossible, well, not safe enough to drive through that wind. And that was the last day of fun because Skira, the place that I had to stop, was where disaster struck and things got really bad. But all of that is for the next episode. Enough of drama for now, though. Take care of your fantastic selves, do motor on, and I will be seeing you at the next episode of the Mini Diaries.